Hello, everybody. Just hit my knee. Jeez. Hope everybody's doing good. Today, we're going to create a simple Saturday card, and then we're going to step it up. Now, the step up today is going to be a little unusual. It actually was inspired by Gail Ellis, and I'm going to be using the Dainty Delight stamp set. This stamp here, and the Celebrate You sentiment. Hello, hello. Hi, Sheila. How are you? And we will be using the gorgeous Grape stamp set, stamp pad, Versamark, white embossing powder. I'm going to make sure I do it right today and don't mess up. And basic white, Highland Heather, and gorgeous Grape cardstock. I'll have a blog post for these cards and all of the measurements probably tomorrow. I have some other work that needs to get done, excuse me, later on today. So we are going to start out with a basic white card base, 11 by 4 1/4, and it's scored at 5 1/2. Then we're going to layer it with a layer of Highland Heather, 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And I hope my glue works. Hey, do. So we're just going to layer this up right on the front of this card. Make sure it's on there straight. Boy, did it get cold today. We have a real cloudy day today. Good day to cuddle up under a blanket. Oh, it's just so chilly. All right. Then I have a gorgeous Grape. And this one is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And this should be 5 by 3 3/4. And it is. Now, the basic white one, like I said, this is our simple card. So I am going to take the large stamp that is in this stamp set, and I am just going to ink it up with gorgeous Grape. Get it really inked. And we're going to stamp this onto the front of the card. And I'm going to turn it sideways so I can hopefully get this on here straight. I don't want to rock it. You know how I like to rock my stamps. And there we go. Perfect, right? Warm? It's not warm here. It is chilly. It was so beautiful yesterday. It was like 50, I want to say 54 degrees when we were coming home from school. All right. So now that we have that stamped, I'm going to grab the Celebrate You, very simple card, and we are going to stamp this sentiment right here on this same piece of paper, all in gorgeous Grape. And then I actually did tie a bow already. We're just going to put this onto the flowers. But first, let's layer it up on our gorgeous Grape. So this is just nice and simple. The purple is a nice color for the coming spring, which, at this point, I can't wait. Okay, and then let's pop it up onto the front of the card. So we'll just turn this over, add some dimensionals. Just like that. Let me get my pokey tool. And then we can lay this right on to the front of the card. Grab a glue dot. Hey, Margaret. Very fuzzy. Is it fuzzy today? Let me try. Now it's probably dark. The room is so dark today. Let me move it down a little bit. Is that better? So we're just going to add this bow right here at the bottom of the flowers. Just like that. So just a quick and easy card. Yeah, it is whacking out today, huh? Just very quick and easy. Then for the inside, what I'm going to do is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, 5 1/4 by 4. And I'm going to take that gorgeous grape again. I'm actually going to get a piece of scrap paper and use the additional stamp that I pulled out. We're just going to stamp those flowers right on the inside. Now this ribbon is actually pale papaya that I colored with the dark Highland Heather blend. That's how I got that. So we're just going to layer this up. And then we can add this to the center of the card. Easy peasy today. Oh, really? No snow. I'm so glad we had no snow. I shouldn't say it too loud. We'll end up having a snowstorm. Yep, no coloring, just stamped. Gorgeous grape. So really quick and easy, right? Quick and easy card. Now, we're going to step this card up. And we are actually going to, again, same measurements. Our card base is 11 by 4 1/4 in the basic white. Okay. And I am again going to layer it with a piece of Highland Heather. And this is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And let's add some glue. And we're going to add this right to the front of the card. Just like that. Okay. And then we do have our gorgeous grape layer again. And this is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And it's just going to be a matte layer. Then I am going to pull in my Stamparatus. Now, this piece should be, let's see what I measured. Let's see, 5 by 3 3/4. And what I did was lined my cardstock up on the grid. There is no pad under here. And I marked on this grid right here, which is 1.5 inches. And then I turned over my stamp, and you'll notice I marked just about where the center is on this stamp. You don't have to do that, but I just wanted to make sure after stamping the first card and getting this card ready that I'd position it in the right place. So I am just going to lay this down, get it measured out, and on the basic white, I am going to, okay, here it is, grab my gorgeous grape, and I'm going to ink up my stamp, and we're going to stamp it on this layer. Okay, that looks really nice. So we're just going to move this off. Now I have a piece of gorgeous grape that also measures 5 by 3 3/4. And now this is the reason I marked my grid. I want my grid to be in here evenly. I marked it so this piece of cardstock now can be laid down within that grid. My stamp is already positioned. Make sure it's in there right. Oops. So now I can position my paper. Make sure it's straight with the grid lines. Lay down my magnet. Now I'm going to take the Versamark. My poor Versamark is all discolored. And we're going to ink up really good with the Versamark. Now, if you don't want your Versamark to turn colors like mine did, I would suggest you clean your stamp first. And then we're going to ink this up. Give it a good stamp. I'm going to do it one more time just to make sure we have enough Versamark on here. And I should have used my embossing buddy first, and I didn't. So now it's nice and inked up. We can take this layer. Let's get rid of the Stamparatus. Even that looks pretty, doesn't it? And then we're going to take our white embossing powder. And I am just going to bring back my scrap. And we're going to add some white embossing powder. Not bad. Looks pretty good. Let me just get rid of this powder. Now this technique is neat because we'll get 2 cards out of this. So let me get my heat gun. And we'll heat this up. I'm going to lift it so I can get it from the bottom. There we go. No, hey, yours looks worse than mine. That's my new one. Check out my old one. This is my old one, and I still use it, but it's so gross. It is old. I don't even know when I got that. Probably when I first started. Okay, so now we have our basic white and our gorgeous grape. Okay, these two are both the same size. I am going to pull in my scoreboard. And remember that mark that we had on the Stamparatus. I am going to, believe it or not, I am going to cut this at 1.5 inches. So now I have 2 pieces. And then we're going to take our gorgeous grape layer and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut it at 1.5 inches. Okay, so now we have our gorgeous grape and our basic white. So let's pull our mat back in. We're going to lay our gorgeous grape down. And then we're going to take the basic white half and we're going to lay that one down. And I may have to trim this just a tad. I'm just going to take a little piece off of here. Really teeny tiny. I mean, that teeny tiny. So with these two together, we have the image. Okay. So we're going to grab some glue and we're going to lay this down. I want to make sure I get this on here and it's even before that dries. Okay. Then I'm going to do my seal. And then on the seal, I'm going to just put a little bit of glue so it doesn't stick down to the cardstock until I want to really press it down. So we're going to line up these layers. We want to make sure that they're lined up and straight. And then I'm just going to trim off this side just a hair. There we go. And then we can pull our card base back in. Grab our dimensionals. I had to cut all my nails because I broke so many this week. I don't know why. Just not thinking, I guess. All right, so now we can lay this down on the front of our card. And instead of stamping our sentiment on this layer, we are going to use a little rectangle. I'm going to grab my gorgeous grape. And we're going to add the Celebrate You to this rectangle. And then we're going to pop this up onto the front of the card. And we can add it. Let's add it right about here. And then grab one of these glue dots. And let's put the ribbon right there on the corner. Get that tail out of the way. Okay, and there, now we have another card using this technique. If we take another same setup, the basic white, a layer of Highland Heather, a layer of gorgeous grape, and now we can take the basic white piece and lay that down on the front of our card. Let me move this down. And then grab our gorgeous grape piece, and we can add this to the front layer and do exactly the same thing, and you have a completely different card. How awesome is that? So we went from simple, just stamping on the front of our card, to creating a two-tone front card, embossing and stamping. So I think this would be awesome with a lot of different stamps. But the flowers, it just gives it, I don't know, the look is really, really pretty. And I would do the same thing here. I would take the Celebrate You and put it right on this side. So I really do hope you like this. This was really, really fun. And just took my mind off things, and it was something different that we normally don't see. So I hope you guys have a few crafty moments and can do this and make up some cards. From getting fuzzy, you can't clean it with a linty type um, cloth. I would wash it under running water, and don't clean it with a paper towel. Let it just dry. Or if you have a lint, a rag or anything that's lint free, use that. So there you go, ladies. Like I said, I'll have a blog post for you probably tomorrow morning. So enjoy the rest of your day. Stay warm, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye-bye. Thanks, Stu.